arthropod is an invertebrate animal that has an exoskeleton, a segmented body, and joined legs. Arthropods are everywhere and they are the largest animal phylum, as about 85% of all known animals in the world are part of this class. There are 4 more species of arthropods than there are species in all other phylums combined. They are distinguished from other animals by their unique characteristics such as having a waterproof exoskeleton and bilateral symmetry, meaning that both sides of the body are the same. Inside this very large class, there are 4 other groups: insects, crustaceans, arachnids, and myriapods. Let's take a look. With around 1 million named species, insects account for a great majority of the species of animals on Earth. They are a tremendously successful group, and this success is due to many factors and characteristics they have. For instance, insects all have 6 legs, 3 body parts, head, thorax and abdomen, and wings. They also have an outer or exoskeleton made of a substance called chitin. There are over 700,000 species of insects. While they are relatively small in size compared to many animal groups, they are well adapted to their environments. All insects grow from eggs. They go through various stages until they reach adulthood. This transformation through these stages is called metamorphosis. Insects undergo either complete or incomplete metamorphosis. Over time, as they have hunted for food, insects have developed various feeding strategies, such as chewing, sucking, burrowing, preying, parasites, and pollinating. Their feeding habits are similarly varied, and almost any substance that has nutritive value is eaten by some group of insects. These insects can be found in almost all terrestrial and freshwater habitats, from the driest deserts to freshwater ponds, from the canopy of a tropical rainforest to the Arctic wastes. A few species are even marine. Madagascan giant hissing roaches. Feeding habits. Madagascar hissing cockroaches are the chichifers. Their most frequent food is decaying plant material, including fallen fruit. They also eat smaller insects and animal carcasses. Reproduction. Male Madagascar hissing cockroaches produce acoustic sounds or hissing during courtship interactions with females. Males typically produce 2 types of signals, a calling sound and a courtship sound. The calling one is a long-distance song that is used to attract females, while the courtship sound is used more during close-range interaction. Characteristics. As the name suggests, the Madagascan giant hissing roaches is characterized by the hissing sound. Unlike many cockroach species, they do not possess wings. Their exoskeleton is dark, from brown to black, and very thick, hard and waxy. They have pads and hooks on their feet that allow them to clean smooth surfaces. Habitats. This animal is primarily found in the tropical lowland rainforests of Madagascar. They tend to live in dry litter on the forest floor.
The class Arachnida includes a diverse group of arthropods: spiders, scorpions, ticks, mites, harvestmen, and their cousins. Scientists describe over 75,000 species of arachnids, the majority of them spiders. Most arachnids are carnivorous, typically preying on insects. Arachnids provide an important service, keeping insect populations under control. All arachnids have 8 legs, and unlike insects, they don't have antennae. The bodies of arachnids are divided into 2 sections, the cephalothorax in front and the abdomen behind. Sometimes small arachnids, like mites and harvestmen, have the 2 sections fused close together so you can see the separation. No arachnids have wings, although some spiders can float on the wind using long strands of silk. Many arachnids use silk either to catch prey or to help them produce. Arachnids lay eggs and have simple development where babies look like small adults and just get bigger as they grow. Arachnids are found in nearly land habitats, and there are some in aquatic habitats as well. Most arachnids can only eat liquid food, not solid food, so they squirt digestive chemicals into their prey and suck out the juice.
The red-knit tarantulas. Characteristics. Red-knit tarantulas are large, dark spiders that range from 12.7 to 14 centimeters in length. They have a black abdomen that is covered in brown hairs. Their legs have orange to dark red-orange joints, giving them their name. Feeding habits. Red-knit tarantulas prey on large insects, frogs, and mice. They remain in their burrow, waiting to ambush prey that walk across their web. Reproduction. Red-knit tarantulas mate shortly after the male's maturing molt. Before copulations, males weave a special web on which it deposits sperm. Mating occurs near the female's burrow. The male and female face each other, and the female opens her jaws wide. After the female produces a bag where it lays up to 1,000 eggs, the children are adults 5 to 10 years later. Habitat. These animals reside in dry areas with little vegetation, usually in scrubland, deserts, dry thorn forests, or tropical forests. They live in burrows in rocky areas at the base of a thorny vegetation like cacti. The myriapods are centipedes and millipedes, and some small relatives. Centipedes and millipedes look similar to each other. They both look like worms with lots of legs. Actually, they are arthropods. They have a tough exoskeleton and joined legs, and they are related to insects and crustaceans. Like insects, myriapods have one pair of antennae, but they have many more legs than insects do. Nearly all millipede species are decomposers. They eat dead leaves, fungi, and detritus. If any other animal threatens them, they may curl up, and some give up some smelly toxic chemicals to protect themselves. Myriapods are an ancient group of animals. They were the very first animals to live on land. Before them, the only animals in the world lived in the sea. Centipedes are usually flattened and only have one pair of legs per segment. Centipedes are quick predators, eating any small animals they can catch. They have a venomous bite. Both centipedes and millipedes need a damp environment to survive and mostly live on or under the ground. The giant African millipede. Feeding habitats. This animal eats a variety of fresh and rotting vegetation and organic matter, as it is full of calcium, and its exoskeleton is composed of it. Reproduction. The male walks alongside the female and stimulates her with his legs. If receptive, she allows the male to sleep under her. They wrap their entire bodies for about 2 turns, with the male deposits sperm on the female. She transfers the sperm to her eggs. Later, she makes a nest of compressed soil just below ground level. Characteristics. The body of the giant African millipedes are divided into repeating segments, with 2 legs attached to most segments. They are very docile but can be wound into a ball and produce a fluid that is toxic. Its lifespan is about 7 years in the wild. Habitat. The giant African millipedes are found in tropical and arid coastal forests of eastern Africa.
Crustaceans are arthropods related to insects and myriapods. They are the most diverse animal group in underwater habitats. Only a few crustacean groups have evolved the ability to live on land. Unlike amphibians, these terrestrial crustaceans still need water or damp places to live. Like all arthropods, crustaceans have a hard exoskeleton and jointed legs. Unlike other arthropods, crustaceans have 2 pairs of antennae, however sometimes one pair is very small and hard to see. Most crustaceans are aquatic, and of these, the majority are marine. However, some are found in fresh water. The feeding habitats of crustaceans vary widely, including filter feeders, scavengers, and active predators. Also varied within crustaceans are the most mechanisms of sexual reproduction. Some crustaceans give birth to young that undergo no metamorphosis between birth and adulthood, while others will undergo a larval stage known as a nauplius.
The yellow fat-tailed scorpion. Reproduction. The courtship of mating for the male and female is very complex. It can take several days for them to reach this point. If the female isn't happy with the efforts, she may make him leave. If he refuses, she will end it by eating him. When mating does occur, it will be several months before she gives birth to the young. There can be very few or many of them born at once. 30 to 50 is the average. They will climb up her legs and cling to her back. That is where they will stay until they go through the first molting period in a few weeks. If they don't leave when she wants them to, she may consume them as well. Feeding habitats. They feed on a variety of different insects, with the main course being crickets. In captivity, they seem to do very well living on mealworms. They are avid hunters and will seek out prey rather than waiting around hoping it will show up. They are nocturnal, so they will be out hunting at night. Due to the powerful venom, they can immediately start to consume their prey. The venom has enzymes in it that turns the internal part of the prey into a liquid substance. Scorpions aren't able to consume anything solid, so they have to suck out what they can from the prey once the venom has gone to work. Habitats. Africa is the main location for this species of scorpion. They are very widespread around the Middle East as well. They are found in areas of Algeria, Egypt, India, and Turkey, to name a few of them. They prefer the dry areas that get very warm. They will stay in the cool areas to avoid the sunlight, which can make them very sensitive. Characteristics. They are fairly small, with a full size grown of about 4 inches. The female are bigger than the males. The tail on this scorpion is very fat, and that is why the name comes from. These particular scorpions offer a very strong venom. They don't look very concrete like other species do. Instead, you can somewhat see through them like they are made from plastic for a toy.